Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning to everyone, students. Welcome to chemistry class. In this class, we are going to study Rolle's law as a special case of Henry's law. Rolle's law as a special case of Henry's law. Now you know the definition of both Rolle's law and Henry's law and their mathematical equations. By comparing those two, we have said that the Rolle's law is a special case of Henry's law. Now according to Rolle's law, the Rolle's law defined for a volatile solutions, the partial pressure of a component A is directly proportional to the mole fraction of that component, or the partial pressure of a component is directly proportional to the, or it is equal to the product of vapor pressure of the component A and its mole fraction. That is the Rolle's law. So according to Rolle's law states that, according to Rolle's law, it says that Rolle's law, the pressure of, or the partial pressure of a component is directly proportional to the its mole fraction, or it is also defined as the product of vapor pressure and mole fraction. For according to this one, that is the mathematical equation, the partial pressure, let take a P which is directly proportional to the what? Mole fraction. Or let take, if the component is high, if the component is high, let me have taken the component is high. Now observe here, we not say either the component is A, B or C. Generally we are saying that component. Now here we are taking, if the component is high, then the Rolle's law, P of high is directly proportional to the molar susceptibility, that is chi, mole fraction of a component high. Therefore, P of high is equal to, by removing proportional constant, put a vapor pressure, that is P of a pure solvent high. So this is the mathematical equation for Rolle's law, okay, that you know. Now observe, by this equation here says that the definition for Rolle's law, the vapor pressure or the partial pressure of a component high is equal to the product of vapor pressure, that is vapor pressure of pure component. This not indicates what? Pure component into the mole fraction of its component, means the component high. This is the mathematical equation according to Rolle's law. Let's take equation 1. Now similarly define Henry's law. So what is mean by Henry's law? Already you studied Henry's law. What it says, the Henry's law says that the solubility of a gas in a given volume of liquid is directly proportional to the pressure exerted on the surface of the liquid. Is called Henry's law. Okay, so the Henry's law says that the solubility of gas is directly proportional to the pressure exerts above the surface of solution. So this is called Henry's law. Or it is also defined as the partial pressure of a component is directly proportional to the mole fraction. The both Henry's law and the Rolle's law is same for a volatile solutions. ಗೆ Henry's law ಮತ್ತೆ Rolle's law ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು Henry's law ನ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ component is directly proportional to the mole fraction of that component, and the this can also be written like R. By knowing proportionality constant, we can write P is equal to Henry's constant Kh, that is Henry's constant Kh into the mole fraction height. Sorry, mole fraction chi. Now, if you take a component height, for a component height, this equation can be written like, observe, for a component height, P height, and for chi becomes chi height, and the molar, sorry, this Henry's constant is Kh, as same, is a constant. Okay, for a component height, the Henry's law is applicable like that, P of I is equal to Kh into x of I. This is the mathematical equation according to Henry's law for a volatile components. Okay. Now compare these two. Let's take this is equation 1, equation 2. Now compare equation 1 and equation 2. By comparing these two, the partial pressure of a height component, is directly proportional to the molar susceptibility. And the Pi of naught is a vapor pressure of a component height in its pure state. This Kh is an Henry's constant. This Pi and K both are constant. Therefore, from equation 1 and 2, we are saying that therefore from equation 1 and 2, we says that P of height is directly proportional to what? Molar susceptibility of height compound. This is the equation conclude by comparing both Rhodes law and Henry's law. Therefore, we say that Rhodes law as a special case as Henry's law. Special case of Henry's law. Okay. Understand? So that we are saying that Rhodes law is a special case of Henry's law. Now after that, the one more composition of solution, that is solid liquid. Already we are studying liquid compounds. Now solid liquid compounds. The next concept is vapor pressure of a solution of solid in liquid. This is the second class, means one more class of solutions. We have already studied liquid in liquid solutions. Now we are going to study solid in liquid solution. Now observe, if you take a beaker, means closed container that containing a liquid as a solvent. Let's take a closed beaker that containing liquid as a solvent. So it is a pure solvent. Here, by absorbing temperature from the surrounding, some of the water molecule, like to take this solvent is water, or take acetone or any component, like to take a acetone in a closed container. This beaker absorbs heat from the surrounding, and some of the particles, those present on the surface, start to evaporate, and these particles get occupied in this space or volume present in this beaker, inside the beaker. This process is happen until the equilibrium attained between vapors of the acetone and this acetone solvent. That is, the equilibrium attained between vapors of acetone and the acetone solvent. Okay, this process is happening in pure solvent. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೀವು ವಾಟರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಸಿಟೋನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಥೆನಾಲ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಬೀಕರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇದು ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಹೀಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಎವಾಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎವಾಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಇದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ದಿ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ಇವೆರಡರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಟೈನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ದಿ ವೇಪರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ acetone get start to evaporate until the equilibrium attain between vapors of acetone and the acetone solvent. Okay, this is the happening in pure solvent. If you take liquid in solids, if you take liquid in liquid liquid solutions or solid in liquid solution. Then after adding any one of the component, either solid or liquid, the vapor pressure of a solvent or the vapor pressure of a solution is changes. That is explained in liquid case. Similarly, we are explaining in the case of solid in liquids. Okay, this is the pure solvent. Now, if you add a solid into this solvent, you get a solution. So after adding solid to the solvent, you get what? Solution. Okay. Now the vapor pressure of a solution is changes from the vapor pressure of the solvent. It means either increases or decreases. That depends on the property of the solid. Either it may be volatile one or non-volatile one. Like ಈ solid ಆಗೋದು volatile compound non volatile compound ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವೇಪರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ವೇಪರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. Okay, that we explain in the case of solid in liquid. For example, take solids like sodium chloride, or take potassium nitrate, or take sugar, etc., or take iodine, etc. These components we call solute. So these are called what? Solute particles. This solute is added to the solvent. You get solution. By adding these solute, the vapor pressure of the solvent is decreases because some of the solvent particles, some of the solute particle is occupy the space, or these are occupies the upper layer of the solvent. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ solute particles ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ, for example observe, these are the solute particles. Let's take sodium chloride. The solid sodium chloride is added to the solvent acetone. After adding, the solid sodium chloride particle is present on the top of the surface of acetone layer. This avoid the evaporation of this solvent acetone. Therefore the vapor pressure of the solvent is decreases. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ decrease ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು solvents ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So similarly in binary compounds, let's take binary compounds. So similarly, now take one more example. Now take a beaker containing water. This beaker containing water. Let these dotted particles are denoted as water. To this we are adding. This is water. This water is called water. Solute, not solute. Solvent. And now let me are adding solute. Sugar. We are adding this sugar as a solute. Now before adding sugar, this water has its own vapor pressure. Okay, each water has its own vapor pressure. This is called water vapors. This dotted lines, this top dotted lines is called water vapors. Until the water gets started to break, the equilibrium attained between water vapors and water. So after adding sugar to the solvent, you get the solution. So you get what? Solution. Now the vapor pressure of solution is changes compared to the pure solvent, that is water. Now observe here, this vapor pressure of the solvent vapor pressure of the solution is depends on the quantity of solvent is added to the solvent. The quantity of solvent is added to the solvent. Vapor pressure na solution na vapor pressure ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವುದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಶುಗರ್ ಅನ್ನ ವಾಟರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ 1 liter of water. To that add 1 gram of sugar. the vapor pressure of sugar solution is reduces less compared to the pure solvent water. Similarly, to the same quantity of water, means to 1 liter of water, if we add in 100 grams of sugar, then you get a sugar solution again, but the thickness of 100 gram sugar solution is higher than the thickness of 1 gram sugar solution. Okay, it means the 100 gram sugar solution vapor pressure is very much less than that of the pure solvent and 1 gram sugar solution. Okay, it means by adding solute particles or increases the concentration of solute particle, the vapor pressure of the solution is changes if the solute particles are non-volatile. This is happening in binary compounds. Okay, now take a binary compound. Similarly, on the basis of same concept, let's take a binary compound. Binary compound. In this binary compound, the solute is or the solvent is, let's take solvent is denoted by 1 and the solute is denoted by 2. Okay, now the solvent is volatile and the solute is non-volatile. So after mixing these two, what you get? Solution. After mixing these solvent and solute, you get water solution. Okay, in this case, observe if the solvent is in its pure state, its vapor pressure is high. So after adding solute, the vapor pressure of the solution is decreases because the solute particles are water, non-volatile. Therefore, according to Rolle's law for a binary compound solution, if the solute is non-volatile, then the partial pressure of a component is directly proportional to the mole fraction of a component. Okay, therefore here we are denoted the solvent is 1, that is only volatile. Therefore P of 1 is directly proportional to the mole fraction of x1. By removing proportional constant, we are writing P of 1 is equal to the mole fraction of a component and partial pressure of a component or vapor pressure of a pure solvent. That is solvent is also 1. This is the mathematical equation that represented for the Rolle's law for a binary solutions if the solvent is volatile and the solute is non-volatile. Okay, this is the case in this case of vapor pressure of a solid in liquid solutions. Now this can be plotted as a graph to understand. Let's take the mole fraction in x-axis, and take the partial pressure or vapor pressure on y-axis. That is, take in y-axis vapor pressure. This is the vapor pressure we are taking in by y-axis and the mole fraction in x-axis. Now let's take the x1. X1 is a pure solvent. That is, x1 is equal to 1. Means pure solvent, its concentration is high. Therefore, at x1 is equal to 1 means the mole fraction of a component solvent 1 is equal to 1. Then the vapor pressure is high. Therefore, it is 1. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, x1 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮೋಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. x1 is a mole fraction of a component 1, that is solvent in its pure state. ಇದರ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅದು ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೇನು ನಾನ್ ವಾಲಟೈಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, therefore after adding into the solute particle the mole fraction or vapor pressure of a component is what decreases gradually until it becomes reaches to the zero. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮೋಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಝೀರೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಝೀರೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಝೀರೋ ರೀಚ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್, ಝೀರೋ ಆಯ್ತು. ಝೀರೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಝೀರೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ನಾನ್ ವೋಲಟೈಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಸೊ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಇದ್ರ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದ್ರ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಾನ್ ವೋಲಟೈಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದು 1 ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ನ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು maximum ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, this is the plotting graph versus mole fraction versus vapor pressure according to Rhodes law. Okay, now after studying solid in liquid solution, we already discussed a liquid in liquid solution. Those can be classified into two types based on Rhodes law, that is classification of liquid in liquid.